Hello, friends, and welcome to today's episode. When hunters go out into the woods and forests during hunting season, they only think about one thing: line up their shot with the right animal. Life doesn't always go as planned, even though everyone wants to bring home a prize. Plans like the one it had for a father and son. It was exciting for Ryle Gordon and his dad to go shooting in the woods of Idaho. They thought it would be like any other shooting trip. Things changed, though, once they got where they were going. It was all because of a scary sign they found. Hunters were both Ryle and his stepfather, Chris Trumbick. Ryle loved it when Chris talked about hunting when he was a kid. Ryle always liked the big antler that was on the outside of their house. They thought they had seen everything because they had seen so much. Chris liked to hunt so much that he built a house in the woods near Hayden, Idaho. It felt like home to him. During hunting season, Chris and Ryle would spend a few days at the house every year. They were always excited to bring home a new game. The early hours of November 2018 saw Chris and Ryle decide to go to the cabin. They hoped to find some deer while they were at the cabin. Ryle was so excited that he thought he might even be able to hunt his first deer. But when they got to the trail, they saw something scary. When they got there, they saw a lot of people wearing orange vests. A lot of search and rescue cars were also parked at the trailhead for the forest. They didn't think they would see this. There was clearly a problem. They asked what was going on. At that point, they were told that 19-year-old Catherine Obel was lost. Reports say that she was in the woods somewhere. This might not seem like a big deal, but there was more to it than that. Catherine's mind was as developed as a child's 10 years. Ryle was only 15 years old. The young boy was shocked when he heard about the lost girl. He couldn't picture her going into the dangerous forest by herself. He lived in those woods for a long time. He knew how dangerous things were better than anyone else. The people who came to help Chris and Ryle said they would keep an eye out for the girl, even though they were there to hunt. Together, they promised to look for signs. Soon, they saw something that stopped them in their tracks. But what they saw wasn't an animal. It was written in the dirt in front of them: "Help." Ryle was the first one to notice and call out to Chris. Both men looked down at the letters and tried to figure out what they meant. To be honest, it made them feel a little uneasy. Chris had been shooting for a long time, so his first thought was that the message was from hunters who needed help carrying in a big animal they had killed. A group of men was often needed to carry game out of the woods because it was so big. Ryle had a completely different idea, though. He thought that maybe Catherine had written it. Chris's face turned worried after telling his dad about the idea. Ryle most likely was right. Catherine might have written the message as soon as she realized she was lost. Who knows, maybe she was smart enough to leave some kind of sign for people to find her. Chris and Ryle went back to the search party right away to tell them what they had found. A few people in the party radioed their partners to let them know about the message. Almost right away, a helicopter flew over the area to look for the lost teen. But as night came, the helicopter had to return to base. That's it for today, friends. Please let us know what you think about this story. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon for more amazing stories.